lot was made of Shedeur Sanders not getting reps with the ones. Turns out he's going to be playing with a lot of twos and threes, so he's going to be getting a start against the Panthers with the guys he's been practicing with, which probably was the plan or part of the plan all along. I know you addressed Sanders' Locked On Browns podcast. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a topic, honestly, I think I could go on and on about for a while. I won't do that on this space. I know we only have limited time, Dave, but I just think like the national narratives that have sort of been spun about this situation, about Shedeur Sanders here in Cleveland, are kind of disingenuous or very disingenuous, maybe not just kind of. I think they are very, very disingenuous because it's a lot of people speaking from a place of not really understanding the situation here, and frankly, like who haven't been in the building even for an iota of time to really know what's going on. And listen, if you two things can be true at once. It can be true that Shedeur probably should have taken first team reps at this point, and because I believe he earned them. I think the way he's played in practice, like he deserves to at least see what he can do with that group. For some reason, they view he still has some work to do and that he's kind of still getting acclimated, and that's their opinion on it. You can disagree with that opinion, but the idea that they've set him up for failure here, I just don't understand where that comes from. When you're talking about an organization that doesn't have a quarterback, hasn't been able to frankly figure out their quarterback situation for nearly 3 decades now, like what is the incentive to them to in on draft weekend trade up in the fifth round to draft this guy, and then their grand plan for him is, you know what, let's sabotage his career, as some are saying. It just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make any sense. I'm good. I love a good conspiracy theory every now and then, but this one just doesn't really track for me. And I also think, frankly, like, well, I guess two other things. Whether he's with the ones, whether he's played with the ones, Friday is ultimately like an opportunity for him
Yep.
to go out and play at the highest level and ball out if he can. And like for a lot of the people who love Shedeur Sanders, one of the big things they always say is, listen, this guy, he doesn't need, like, he can play with anybody and he's going to make it work because he's Shedeur Sanders. He's so great. And so if that's how you feel about Shedeur Sanders, if you believe that he's that good, it really shouldn't matter if he's going against the Panthers first team defense and he's with the twos on the Browns offense, because you think he's going to perform anyway. And that there is a factor to Shedeur's game that I've always kind of believed that's there, where he is kind of like this gamer, right? Like when the lights are on, when he's on the field, there's just something that you can't account for at practice. It's just different. And he does play generally his best in those moments. So I'm excited to see if that comes out on this stage. And it is a really good opportunity for him. I also just think, too, like, this Browns organization has messed up so many quarterbacks over the years by putting them on the field too soon and rushing them out there. And listen, you could, if you're going to tell me like, well, they're putting him out there too soon now, he's playing in the preseason. Guys, it's the preseason. Nothing that happens on Friday night is going to end or be like a finite thing for Shedeur Sanders' career. I guess unless he plays so well that the Browns decide, you know what, now he's our starter, and then it changes the trajectory of how this thing was going to go. But if the worst thing the Browns are doing to Shedeur Sanders is being patient with him, then I think they're going to be okay, because that was probably something they should have exercised with a lot of other quarterbacks that came through that building in previous years, and they sort of ruined their careers by putting him out there too soon. Patience is not exuding patience is not something, in my opinion, that is setting him up for failure or sabotaging his career.